What's up, guys? Matt back again with another video, and I am joined today by none other than Tatted Charizard, aka Brian, and the Mask Saiyan to talk to you guys about the latest Ichiban Kuji, the Ichiban Kuji Dragon Ball Z Dueling to the Future, or Future Duel, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's here, it's now, it's amazing, and we're going to talk about it. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. But before we talk about the figures and such, let's introduce our amazing guests as always. Brian, can you say hello to the people?
Hello, people. It is I, Tatted Charizard.
What is going on, my shorty? Brian, what do you do, and where can the people find you?
When I'm being a good boy, I'm open cards on channel, and...
Okay. That at least...
Sorry. Earlier, you told us to speak, and I started barking, and you said, very good, so...
my bad.
Sorry. I'm just rolling with that. Anyway, I open cards on my channel, I do stuff, and then I, stream Pokemon games. That's what I do, because I'm the anyway.
Eventually, you should stream other games. I'm really enjoying the streams. You're being super consistent. I've been sick, so I haven't been able to stream as much. But hopefully, once the holidays are through, I can hop back on that. But let's move on to our other guest, the Mask Saiyan. Can you say hello to the people and tell them what you do?
Guys, it's the Mask Saiyan. I am a Dragon Ball figure reviewer, just like Matt just teaches. I do primarily focus on Master Release figures, but I also like reviewing some other figures like Master Stars P's, Super Master Stars P's. But yeah, those are the main figures I like to review, especially whenever a new Kuji set comes out. I'll try my best to get it as fast as possible to review for you guys as well. So it's just another opinion that you can listen to besides Matt just teaches.
Yes, sir, and I really do enjoy watching your content, especially in contrast to mine, because even though we're doing the same thing, there's still like a big difference in how we present it, and I always like hearing other people's opinions. So
to mention, I feel like you guys could also have like different like problems with the figures. Like
that
one,
too.
Like one face could be perfect for one person, but the other one could be all messed up, and I feel like that's what. I mean, that's a big reason why I watch both of your channels, is because I'm just like, I wonder if they're going to have, like, if Matt has a problem with one of his figures, I also wonder if the Mask Saiyan is going to have the same issues with his. And sometimes he does, like with the Goku, like the separation on the leg thing. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about, but I'm just saying, subscribe to both of them is the point.
Subscribe to everybody. And before we start talking about these, I'd like to ask the comment section to let us know which one of these figures is your favorite that Bandai has announced, and which one is your least favorite. If you have a favorite or a least favorite, please let us know down in the comment section below. But today, we're going to talk about the set. We're going to go through each of the prizes in order. Then we're going to go ahead and just say which one we're most excited for. And if there is one that we're disappointed by, we can talk about that too and just go through this. Once the set comes out, we'll probably... Hey, shut up. Once the set comes out, we'll probably get together again and do our own little tier list just like we did with Omnibus Brave. But you guys ready to talk about the set? Because I sure as hell am.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I'm hella excited. So let's talk about this thing. It definitely caught me off guard. I remember it was announced the same day that my Blood of Saiyans Future Gohan video went up.
That was nuts, by the way.
Yeah, like everyone's like, Matt works for Bandai. I was like, no, but but like, hey Bandai, if you're listening, sponsor me. But
do it.
It was announced the same day. It was like 11:30 at night. I was in bed going to sleep, and then like everyone in my Discord server is like, hey daddy, new Kuji, and I was like, don't call me daddy. And then I just sprang up.
He didn't say that. He said that for content purposes. He did not tell them not to say that. I saw the Discord.
Shush. But I like sprang up and I was like, I gotta stream, and my girlfriend was like, what? And so there it was. But the first prize that we saw revealed, at least in my perspective, was Perfect Cell, which is prize A. I like to think it's Super Perfect Cell, and that's how I'm going to display him on my shelf. But How are we all feeling about Cell?
7 out of 7 Dragon Balls. I love the pointing at his head thing. Like, that's such an iconic moment for Cell. He's just like, yes, the nucleus inside my brain. Everyone's like, oh my god, you're alive! And he's like explaining, and everyone's freaking out.
It's arguably more iconic than the original Omnibus Super Cell, right? With his arms crossed.
His arms crossed, yeah. I remember in that video we talked about how they should have went with him pointing at his head, and not to mention on the videos on my channel where we talked about secret rares that they could have made for certain cards. We also talked about this pose being a really good candidate. So I'm glad to see it in a figure representation.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people picture this when they think about Perfect Cell or like a moment of Perfect Cell. Like, not to say that the arms crossed thing isn't iconic. It is a really cool manga panel when he's facing down Goku, but I would say this is definitely more iconic. But Mask Saiyan, what do you think?
And I didn't know that they can make Perfect Cell any more perfect, and here we are. They made him more perfect. And yeah, I agree. I think this is a super perfect Cell. He comes back after he explodes and has all that electricity around him because of the Senkai
boost.
Yeah, he's basically Super Saiyan 2 perfect Cell because he has all that electricity around him. And he does explain why he didn't die. However, that explanation is, for whatever reason, inaccurate because...
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, with Goku doing the warp Kamehameha on him, destroying his
upper body.
Yeah. Exactly. He still popped out like as if it was just Piccolo's arm. Just popped right out like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So it didn't make any sense. But anyways, the figure itself, I am very much looking forward to it. Even though it is reusing a good bit of the previous Perfect Cell's body, they changed the head, the arm.
I think he's got more shading, right? Torso. Doesn't he have more shading?
Yeah, the paint does look a lot better too. So it could just be the images and the contrast, brightness, whatever. But I mean, if it is what it is in terms of what the image presents, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, like I couldn't have said it better myself. Where you said, "Shut up, Brian," where you said they somehow found a way to make Perfect Cell. Shut up, Brian. They found a way to make Perfect Cell even more perfect. But yeah, it's super iconic. It looks cool. Like, yes, we all know it's a recycle, but there aren't that many Cell figures. Like, I know we've gotten a few. We've gotten the Perfect Cell. We've gotten Imperfect Cell, the Buff Cell, which let's not talk about that one. And I know a lot of people were expecting semi-perfect Cell, which I still believe is coming. In fact, I said, shut up. I said in my stream that semi-perfect Cell and Super Vegeta are coming. They're gonna come in May in an Omnibus Kuji. I'm still
backwards.
Yeah, shut up. Someone play the voice clip of Trunks from Fighters. I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I feel like semi-perfect Cell is still coming, but I'm not going to complain about, hey, here's another Perfect Cell. It looks even better than the original, in my opinion. And
hold on. I need to say something. I feel like I have the best term, and I just thought of the best analogy to explain or describe the super buff Cell. And it's like when you go to pour yourself like a glass of milk and it comes out really chunky.
Or it's kind of like when it's like, ooh, a chocolate chip cookie, and you bite it, and it's like raisins.
Oh god. Okay. Oh, well, you just got really dark there. But
I like raisins. Okay, I like raisins in my cookies. They're fine.
Oh my god, bro.
It's just when you're expecting something and it doesn't come out the way you expect. But this Cell,
agreed. I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I like raisins. I like oatmeal raisin cookies, but I don't like eating chocolate chip cookies and finding out it's a raisin cookie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I love how this is where we're going.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Kuji anymore, guys. Now we're gonna do a tier list of cookies.
All right, guys. So white macadamia.
White macadamia's sick. All right, but yes, this Cell is freaking amazing. I know he's
We gotta
recycled.
put a cookie in the thumbnail.
All right, I'm gonna throw a cookie. Your head is gonna be a cookie, Brian.
Oh my god, yes. Let's go.
Too bad this isn't a Majin Buu Kuji, because then we'd put like Deborah cookie
Oh,
somewhere.
that would be great.
Or I'm sorry, Dabura. I gotta get rid of the stupid dub term.
Yeah.
But Cell's great. I know I'm probably going to dock points for the sculpt just because they're recycling most of it, but it's not going to be like hey, don't buy this. I can already tell just by looking at it. The likeness is better, the shading is better, the pose is more iconic. It's perfect. Perfect. You're a child. All right. But let's move on to
tone it down.
how much caffeine's on this call right now. But I'm gonna
that wild Thornberry's little brother,
Donnie. Yeah.
Let's
move on to prize B though. I think this is the underdog of the set. I think some people are kind of sleeping on this because Trunks is here. I'm coming. And he's way better than the Omnibus Trunks. But Mask Saiyan, what do you think about Sir Trunks, Princess Trunks?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. He looks better than the Omnibus Trunks because head looks considerably better. The arm, the pose where he has his hand on the handle of the sword, that's iconic. And it's pretty similar to the Dragon Ball Legends figure of future base Trunks, but they might have recycled the legs, the lower torso. The upper torso seems completely brand new, and I'm still looking forward to it because we do need a base future Trunks, and he does look a lot better than the Super Saiyan one. So I'm gonna have high hopes for this one.
Yeah, I agree. And something that I noticed, I think I did a side-by-side of him and the Super Saiyan Trunks. The colors of the jackets are different too, which I think is a nice touch because obviously Super Saiyan Trunks, this guy. Super Saiyan Trunks has the lighting around him, so obviously their clothes get a little brighter when they turn into Super Saiyans. So that's a very nice attention to detail, but I do agree with you. I think the legs are exactly the same from the Omnibus Ultra, so yes, it's technically another recycle, but it's another case where, hey, they've changed enough where it's fine. The whole upper torso is brand new. The likeness, especially when the other images of different angles came out, his likeness looks great. So I think at first I was like, oh no. I had like a really low definition picture. Yeah, I was like, oh no, he looks stupid. But he's fine. He looks great. And you know, it's great. He's grabbing a sword and everything too, so that just looks really cool compared to, you know, I'm coming. But yeah, I was gonna call you Trunks, Brian. Future Brian, future Brian. Tell me about your thoughts on Trunks.
I fucking love him.
I gotta censor that now. Okay.
Well, my bad. Sorry.
It's okay. You're good. Go ahead.
I've been censoring myself pretty well so far. I feel like. For those of you that don't know, I cuss a lot.
This is a Christian channel.
This is holy Jesus. Forgive me, amen. All right,
go ahead.
But no, for real though, I do think the figure looks awesome though. He does look sick.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. Definitely an underdog. Probably not anybody's like favorite. I'm sure there's Trunks fans out there that are like, I need that. But I think majority of people are.
Sakura, bro. You know he's gonna be all over that.
That's true. This is true. All right, let's move on to possibly the most popular one, right?
Ooh.
Prize
he's already starting some controversy.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. We'll get there.
You just said it was though by saying that.
No, it's not my favorite. I'm
sorry.
I'm
my
speaking
bad.
on behalf of the people.
I was channeling the comment section. Forgive me. My bad.
That's
bro.
right. That's right. Okay, so this one is the one that I 4D chess brought to life with my Blood of Saiyans review, Super Saiyan Future Gohan, which I think looks amazing. Sandwich? Super Sandwich Gohan?
Super Sandwich.
But right off the bat, though, you know what I've noticed after looking at it for a while? I think someone in the comment section actually pointed this out. I do think the body, I think his arms and the colors and obviously his head sculpt are brand new, but I think the entire body might be reusing the Kaioken Goku that was in the Ginyu Force set.
Are you talking about the one where his hair is all spiked up?
Yes. I think the body is almost exactly the same. But
I think
I think the arms are different though because Gohan has long sleeves. I'm gonna punch you in the nuts.
Love you too, buddy.
Gohan has longer sleeves, and obviously his the blues are darker than Goku's. But I'm almost positive the body is a recycle of the Kaioken Goku. But
you can imagine coming down to visit, the first thing you do is punch me in the nuts.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
But obviously, this thing is amazing. Like, regardless, I've gotten over the whole like, oh no, like recycle's bad. Like, only if it's like super duper lazy. Like, if it's super duper lazy, like the Frieza in the EX set. That's one thing.
My finger is now up.
Yes, my fingy and my eyes are slightly smaller. But like this is tastefully done, and it's a character that tons of people wanted. And like Mask Saiyan explained before,
Gohan fans are eating, bro.
Yeah, Gohan fans have been eaten for like 2 years now because of Superhero. But Mask Saiyan pointed out, I think, in our last discussion that Master Lee's figures are museum-style figures, so they're not supposed to be in like these crazy poses where they're flying and stuff, because if they do that, they usually end up on a base with a stand and a stick up their butt. So they're usually going to be in more static poses, and I think this looks great. It's Gohan. He looks good. The colors are good. The details are going to be good. If they have to go and be like, hey, let's reuse a Goku body because, hey, their freaking gis are pretty much identical. We don't have to start from scratch. So I'm okay with that. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
The Mask Saiyan go first. He's the professional here. I'm not.
Oh, well, for future Gohan, yeah, we've been waiting forever for a future Gohan. So, yeah, this is an amazing announcement. However, obviously, everyone's talking about this is that he has both his arms. And it would have been pretty funny, actually, if they made this in the moving figure where his arm was removable. But
I feel like that could have worked, too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel as though some collectors are going to probably... If it's not removable, they're gonna break it off and just call it a day and just say, "Oh, you're just
off."
True to the anime. Future Gohan.
They're like staring into him.
I'm sorry, little one.
He is very accurate to the T with his colors. Besides the arm, obviously, but the colors and the emblem in the back of his shirt and not on his front. That's exactly the same. It's also with his boots. Doesn't look exactly like Goku's colors with the red and blue with the yellow rope laces. It's different because he's future Gohan. So, and the sleeves being longer, that's awesome attention to detail. The scar looks great, and yeah, I mean that pose looks really good too.
And the kanji on the back, he has a different kanji too.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So I mean. Very great attention to detail. I'm looking forward to it. And the only other thing I would say that I'm a little bit disappointed in is that the Trunks before him, the Prize B, it should have been, the
Kid Trunks
from the future.
Yeah,
the Kid Trunks. Because
that's in Trunks.
How are they gonna match up with future Gohan? I mean, future Gohan has no one to match up with. And we'll get to the next prize after this that will also make me even more disappointed in the future Trunks. So, Cat Charizard, what are your thoughts?
Okay, brother, thank you. Awesome transition, by the way. So, I agree. I feel like if they were going to put future Gohan in a Kuji with Trunks, I feel like they should have maybe, put, kid, adolescent Trunks in the Kuji with him. Maybe, like, one where he's, like, I don't know, like, really, like, he has that shocked look on his face, like, as soon as he finds Gohan. I feel like that would have been...
Or mid-transformation.
Oh, okay, all right. Steal My Thunder. That's cool. That sounds amazing. It's way better my choice. But yeah. So anyway, but no, yeah, I agree though. That would have been sick. Mid transformation, or like as soon as he finds Gohan or something, or I don't know, maybe like right before he knocks him out. It's like both of them just like smiling or some shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, either way, I think it's really cool. I definitely agree with your idea of the Mask Saiyan of them making him a E-moving, because they could have, got around the problems of like, in Japan and stuff, how they're like, oh, we don't really like, it probably wouldn't sell very well over here if he's missing an arm, yada yada. But making it E-moving and like selling it with the arm on there, and then after you purchase it, being able to remove it without having to bust out the scissors or a hacksaw or whatever it may be, because like once you cut that arm off, like there's just going to be a big gaping hole there unless you like fill it with something. But yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if like Sasuke figures from Boruto, if he has an armless figure or something. I'm really curious to look that up.
I feel like they could get away with that because they could just throw a cloak over him, like throw like a really big baggy cloak.
Yeah,
and be like, oh, he has one arm like holding a sword, and like the cape's like really flowy or something. So it's like, oh, there could be an arm under there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's a Vibration Stars one that I'm looking at right now. I'll post it in the Discord so you guys can see. But yeah, you're exactly right. They just hide it with the cloak. So I think the reason behind them not doing an armless Gohan is exactly that. It's a censorship reason. It's not. I don't think it's Bandai specifically. They probably just know, because culturally in Japan, it's probably just a thing there that
it's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know if it's frowned upon. I think it's just like literally culturally, like people with no limbs is something that they don't like to focus in on and like celebrate in any sort of way. Right. And I think distributors, like let's say a 7-Eleven, they're going to be like, wow, this figure has like no arm. Maybe I don't want to distribute this because it's not going to sell very well for my store. So things like that. So they might not take it from Bandai due to that reason. That's just my thoughts, because if you think about it, there really aren't a lot of anime figures that are disfigured in some sort of way.
I feel like the real problem here is Karens, because there's going to be that person that comes up, why is this figure the same as this one when this one's missing an arm?
In Japan, though?
I feel like I should get a discount.
I don't know if it's like that in Japan, but we'll see. But I will say this, though. If you are someone out there who's going to try and just rip his arm off, don't forget that Gohan's sleeve still hangs from the side with no arm there. So
yeah, you got to cut the arm off at the sleeve, don't cut his shoulder off, too. Then he's not manga accurate. Then you have to buy another one, because then you got... Yeah,
I don't know. Over there. I mean, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be some attempts at a custom of that, but let's move on. Brian, why don't you talk about my girlfriend's simp choice, Vegeta-sama?
Ah, Vegeta-sama, the Prince of all Saiyans. Now, honestly, I know there was a lot of people, because I remember watching the archive of the live stream. I was asleep because I had to work, unfortunately. But anyway,
sleep is for the weak.
Honestly, yes, it is. I used to wake up for your streams. Anyway, so Vegeta
coming soon.
Coming soon. So Vegeta, I think, is a great choice because, like I was saying, people were kind of hating on this thing, and I was like, I remember watching the archives. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Sorry, you guys, into that too.
It's all right.
And
I'm prepared.
And then I'm just like, because like for one, that is just a great moment. Like Vegeta and Trunks, like their like whole relationship came to that one moment in a way, and him like giving his son the peace sign and being like, take care, like that is like that stuck with Trunks for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Even when he went back to the future and didn't have his dad and he only had his mom and this and that, like this was a very big moment. Not to mention, it's really cool because Vegeta looks great in that outfit. The pants look really, gray is my favorite color, so I'm like very biased towards that, but the pants look really great. The shade of green looks also really cool. Plus, it's just a unique ass figure for Vegeta. Plus, he just looks really cool. He looks really detailed, nice shading. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some really sick fan arts of people putting this thing next to a tree, and it's going to look awesome.
Yeah, and his likeness and hairstyle. Yeah. Shut up. His likeness and hairstyle are very, very close to the Dragon Ball Z style. Whereas like the Strong Chains Vegeta, the base form looks really good. So does the World Tournament Super Battle or Super Decisive Battle of the World Division, whatever you want to call it, from the Saiyan Saga. The Strong Chains one is more of a Dragon Ball Super style, and then the EX one is more of a early Toriyama style, where his eyes were a little bit more rounded, whereas this one has that more edgy, angular style that Toriyama was doing around this time. So they really nailed it, in my opinion. And to your point, Brian, yeah, a lot of people I saw complaining, but most of them were saying, like, why didn't we get Bad Man Vegeta? Like, why this one? And, you know, we're not promised any of these. We're not even promised regular Ichiban Kuji. And I'm not saying, like, you're not allowed to be disappointed or ask for something else, but this is what we got, and it's still a very deep cut. Like,
Sorry.
it's a very deep cut look for Vegeta, and in my eyes, I'm like, if we can get this, then we'll
get Bad Man Vegeta.
We can get Bad Man Vegeta. We can get almost anybody. So
Definitely.
So like, let's appreciate what we have here. And another, supporting another point that you made, it is a great moment because it's another gesture. Because that whole Cell Games part of the Android saga actually showed that Vegeta gave a shit about his son. And I'm gonna blur myself out, but he cared about his son, and even to the point that when he was leaving, still stoically, he made a gesture to him saying, like, goodbye, like, I respect you and I love you, in his own way. So it was like that first step to show that Vegeta was actually starting to become a good person. It took
not only that, but he fucking cared for his son.
Yeah. So anyway. But yeah, Mask Saiyan, what do you think?
Mask Saiyan?
That is totally correct, because I think a lot of people started to really like the character of Vegeta at this point too, because they were realizing there's major character development where he's not just a bad man, where, despite the shirt saying so, he actually really cares. He cares about his son. He cares about Bulma, as we will see in the Buu saga after this point. And he even cares about Goku, or Kakarot.
Yeah.
This was a very defining moment for Vegeta's character development, and I want to say though, I really appreciate Bandai for bringing this figure to life. Why did they not pair him up with Future Trunks, giving that same gesture back with a smile on his face? I mean, that's another thing with Prize B, Future Trunks. I'm happy that they created him and he can be added to our collection because we need a base Future Trunks. But it doesn't pair up with the future Gohan, and it doesn't pair up with this Vegeta that's supposed to be, pairing with Future Trunks. So this Trunks is just out of nowhere, not pairing with either of those figures. He should at least pair with one of them.
Yeah,
but
he does have this same look during that scene, like he cut his hair and he's wearing the original outfit as he's leaving. But it would have been nice if he was doing the same gesture as Vegeta, because that's what he does. He does it back to him. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, he has a cocky smirk on his face in this figure, for Prize B, where he's about to basically,
kill Frieza.
And stuff, slice up Mecha Frieza. As opposed to in this scene with Vegeta, that's a really more, just like a happy,
sincere
look on his face. Yeah, very sincere smile on his face, just like, really appreciating the fact that his father is finally showing love back. So it's a wonderful scene, and I wish, I'm pretty sure you might get a figure in the future matching this Vegeta. But yeah, I love this figure. It looks like pants kind of remind me of the Goku Day figure, where Super Saiyan Goku has casual clothes with the orange jacket with the 4-star Dragon Ball.
The Goku Day one.
Pretty similar to that.
At least definitely similar in like taste and style. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It almost seemed like they did reuse the pants or like the legs. because those pants look exactly the same. They just repainted it. But I know the shoes are a little bit different, and it just kind of looks weird that Vegeta's legs are a little bit spread more wide and natural, because in this pose, I would feel like his legs should be a little bit more straighter. It's a little bit spread apart, more so than, it doesn't seem that natural with this kind of pose. But other than that, the upper torso.
Well, he is leaning on a tree.
That too.
Yeah, he is. So, I mean, if he's leaning on a tree, he shouldn't be spreading his legs out like that. But,
man's got a big head.
We all know
Relatable shit.
if they use the pants, the same legs or not with a Goku Day, if he's practically the same height as him. And, Vegeta should not be the same height as Goku. So we'll see when we receive these figures.
Yeah.
But I am really looking forward to this one as well.
It does look similar. I just looked it up. The belt is different, but I think the actual, the sculpt is possibly the same for the pants, but we'll see for sure. Either way, I am really happy to get this, but we're going to talk about the absolute best figure in the set, Mr. Satan.
What?
The absolute best figure in the set, Mr. Satan.
Oh.
Yeah, it's me. I'm the champ, Hercule. yeah.
It's Hercule. It's Mr. Satan. Why did we wait this long for Mr. Satan? One of the best characters in the entire franchise. He's here, and he's amazing.
That's a hot take.
He's easily one of the best characters in
A lot
the
of people
whole
hate
show.
Mr. Satan.
There's zero reason to hate him. He's one of the best characters.
People don't like him because he not go Super Saiyan and scream for 20 minutes and have cool
and you know what?
transformations.
Bulma's one of the best characters, and she doesn't have to do any of that. Mr. Satan does almost
she's a woman.
as much. Mr. Satan saved the universe, bro. He's amazing.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. If it wasn't for Mr.
Did he
Satan,
throw the spirit bomb?
but if it wasn't for Mr. Satan, the Super
Did he
Spirit
throw it?
Bomb would not have happened at all. It would not have happened. He saved the universe, and he
true.
almost did it by helping
That
Blue.
was just them tying him in to make him somewhat relevant since they put him in the show.
But
they brought him along. That's the only reason he did that.
Okay,
Goku
so
did not need-
you're saying the writer made it where Mr. Satan helped save everybody, and
Yeah.
okay, so
because
that's
he
what
wanted
happened.
to make him relevant.
No, that's just what happened, and
No, see, Matt, I know I'm wrong. I just like doing this.
I know you're
because
wrong.
I know you're.
yeah. So I'm gonna ignore
I
you.
just know you'll
Mr.
argue
Satan's
with me.
amazing. Shut up, Mr. Satan's amazing. This figure looks like it was actually sculpted possibly by the same person who did like Dr. Garo in the Fear of
Oh
Androids.
yeah, the Android 19 and Dr. Giro, Dr. Giro for the rest of us who don't fucking speak weeb.
Dr. Gero. Yeah.
Dr. Giro.
That's his name. Yep, and because the
Dr. Gero,
details look very
yeah.
similar and the colors and everything, but like, I could gush about this guy, Brian. I'm going to Kamehameha your nuts into the stratosphere.
Specifically my nuts. That sucks. I mean,
I'm gonna like meta cooler
Anything
knee
else.
you in the nuts like he did Vegeta in Return of Cooler.
bro, I'm a perfect parry that shit. Try me.
You're bad at games.
You don't. I don't know.
You don't have
if you're gonna
rollback.
attack me any way you form a sentence, I think I'm good.
You don't have rollback. Yeah, but I could gush about him
ow.
forever and ever and ever. Like I'm so happy this figure's here. I know I'm gonna love him when I get him, but I'll let you guys, give your opinions on him because I'm in love with this thing. Like,
Mask Saiyan, brother, if you would.
Yeah, Mr. Satan.
yeah.
Here for our collection.
Bless you.
I think they changed his name to Hercule for the overseas.
Yeah, because we're a bunch of fucking snowflakes over here.
But then
Oh my god, is his name Mr. Satan? No, that's bad. Very
they
bad.
incorporated that name into like I guess canon. They call him Hercule Satan. Like I guess Satan is his last name. Hercule is his first name. I don't know. Maybe that's just his full name, Hercule Satan now. But I grew
What a
up
name.
watching the Japanese version, so I've watched the sub, and I always knew him as Mr. Satan, and that's just how I called him. But
His
Hercule
real name.
Exactly. But anyways, he's awesome. I mean, they did perfect with his likeness. Like his hair. Yeah, I agree with matches that his hair looks just like Dr. Gero, and as well as wait, what was his name? Jace.
Jace!
The Ginyu Force. They have that really
Jace!
many details into the hair, and
The big magma of the Ginyu Force!
no, I
Sorry.
realized that what was that? The sculptor of this figure, who did Jace, Dr. Gero, the androids and whatnot, he seems to have he's really focused on small feet. I don't know why. If you look at
his feet are kind of small.
Really small. I mean, look at all the androids. They have pretty small feet. Bulma, even the latest Bulma, is small feet. I don't know why that's the case. I feel like the sculptors put more detail in everything else that doesn't care about the feet, as long as it stands on its own or with the support stand. So, I mean, either way, no one's really focusing on that too much. They just want to make sure that the face, the hair, the body, everything looks good, and as long as they can stand, that's good enough for me. Hercule Satan is here for us, and we are saved.
We're saved.
So, there we go.
Cell will be defeated. Hey, also, I think this figure is 11 inches tall.
I mean, Mr. Satan is a big dude.
He is tall. People.
He is a big dude.
There's a shot in one of the first
He's
3
bigger than
episodes.
Goku.
He's taller than Goku. Within the first 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Super,
Yeah.
he shows up to give Goku money, saying hey, I don't deserve this. It was really you who did all the work. He was being very, very, somewhat honest, but he definitely helped, because Goku even admits, he's if it wasn't for you, Super Spirit Bomb wouldn't have worked. And he's yeah, but I didn't throw it, to Brian's point. So, but he's standing next to Goku, and he's visibly taller.
The man said himself.
He's a foot taller than Goku. So, and Goku's
he is
5'7".
Big guy. Honestly, I think in Super, I want to say he shrunk a little, because in Z, he's tall, dude. He's a big guy.
He's tall in general. He's almost as tall as Cell, which fits with this with the figure, because I think the Cell figure is about 13 inches. So people were a little thrown off, but they forget Mr. Satan's is a tall guy. He's also
big.
Not weak, guys. He won the 24th Tenkaichi Budokai. On his own.
A lot of people shit on the Earthlings in Dragon Ball, just because compared to the Saiyans and Frieza and all the other kind of alien life forms that show up in that show, you forget that Krillin is the strongest human, and Hercule, compared to just us regular people, he probably mopped the floor with us.
He's the strongest non-key user, and if I fought Hercule in real life, I would probably get some brain damage.
Yeah, Hercule is he's if we're doing comparisons to other if you guys want to go fighting games, he's as big as Zangief, or around there. He's big. He's a big dude.
Yeah, maybe not Zangief, but maybe Ryu. He's a Ryu.
I mean, Ryu's 6 foot, bro. He's 6 foot.
That's tall, brother.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Mr. Satan's 8 foot tall. 8.
No, he's not 8. That's inhuman. That's Cell.
I mean, bro, he's a big guy. I don't know. There's a couple of shots during the tournament where Videl gets her shit rocked by Spofovich, where you can see a couple of shots of Mr. Mr. Satan. Bro, I fused him. Okay. I got caught up in talking. You know how I am. But Mr. Hercule, he got dude. He's just a big guy. So the fact that when I heard you talking about how tall he was going to be, I was that sounds accurate. And then people were what?
Yeah, I always like to double check whenever I see some controversy about size. I'm okay, well, let me look it up. Let me see how far off it is. And sure enough, yeah, he's tall. He's taller than Goku. So lines up, because most Goku figures are about 10 inches. So if he's about an inch taller, I'm yeah, it makes sense. So, yeah.
And his pose is the same as Fat Boo too, the last prize.
Oh, yeah.
How their relationship is really good. So they'll look really nice together. Fat Boo will eventually become Mr. Boo in the Boo Saga. So
yeah,
or actually after the Boo Saga.
But I think I'm gonna put this on my Cell Saga shelf. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's talk about the last one prize, which surprised the crap out of me. And it's so iconic. It's the God Rare, Brian. It's Sudden Goku and Kaio in their angel forms from the iconic manga panel. And the outro of the Buu Saga portion of Dragon Ball Z, correct?
I wonder if the people even heard me. I don't know if I peeked.
No, I heard you. I think more so people are like, "What was that?" Sounds like Brian was murdering a cat in the background. But Mask Saiyan, why don't you go ahead and start giving your thoughts on the LOP of this set?
That's one prize for people who don't understand.
They understand, Brian. You're the only one who doesn't understand.
Well, joke's on you, Matt. I didn't have to wear my helmet at work last night, so...
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man. Anyway, Matt,
I
sorry.
absolutely love... No worries. This last one prize is... Oh, man. I was blown away when I saw this announcement. I don't know how he's going to stand. They're going to have to come up... That genius who came up with the clear foot stands for the Super Saiyan Goku... doing the Spirit Bomb, as well as the
Frieza.
Frieza, the 100% full power Frieza. That genius needs to be hired to figure this out. I think he's gonna do something great. Maybe some kind of clear figure stand, or so that Goku can actually look like he's slanted and not just straight up. I also want to know how big King Kai is going to be, because from based on the pictures, he looks like
that too.
In the distance, because in the image he's in the distance and he's like kind of smaller. Maybe he might be a full-size figure. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Because he should be a full-size figure, because we would need a King Kai collection, and I want some kind of little mosquito King Kai, you know. So, the halos over their head, everything, attention to detail is amazing. I think, once again, because of the way the angel wings are detailed, it seems like that awesome sculptor who did like Dr. Gero and even Hercule in this Ichiban Kuji said might have done this one. And I think they're going to hire that guy just to do all the figures, the detailed ones. And this one, no exception. He's gonna definitely look awesome in anyone's display, and it's just a really good farewell to the Buu Saga. So,
yeah, I also saw. I think the size for the Goku was like 7 to 8 inches, which people were like, that seems kind of small. But I think it's because when you display him, however they're going to support the figure, it's supposed to be at a slight slant, because that's how it is on the manga panel and in the outro. So he's supposed to be kind of leaning forward. So I think that's why the range of the height is listed that way. So I don't think we should be worried about it scaling poorly. But I do think, unfortunately, I think Kaio is going to be like Pilaf size.
Any figure.
Yeah, especially because he's coming with the Goku, so I would expect them to like not make him a full-fledged Kaio figure. I think he's supposed to be kind of like a little Easter egg, because he is small on the manga panel too, because he's like out in the distance. So I think, you know, technically it's not to scale, but I think it's supposed to replicate the actual panel from the manga.
Makes sense. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they're gonna make him small too.
It'd be funny if he came in at a slant too, because that's how they presented them, right? Just like this in the image.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I do think it could be the same Dr. Gero sculptor. They could also they're almost definitely going to support them in some way with the new support style that they've been doing for characters that are floating or something, which, you know, going back to what I was saying earlier about how Master Lee's is more museum style and people are more in static poses, it looks like they're trying unique ways in order to, you know, make more dynamic poses without having to do a stand. But I am curious to see if this Goku is going to need some type of support for his wings or something, because he's probably going to be heavy. But but we'll see. I am really excited. I know they're not going to put him on a base or anything like that, but I do.
I
Think
definitely think they're going to go
something.
with the clear thing that they've been doing, because they've been doing that. Like if they just did it with the Frieza that we just saw, the full power one, and they did it with the Goku and that as well, I feel like they were obviously hinting at like, hey, look what we can do with our floating figures now. Now, for people like Matt and also kind of myself, if you don't like big bases and stands, and I honestly I could totally see them like even going above and beyond and making like the stand to like maybe hold up his wings or maybe like one of his knees or something. It's like just a really big one of those clear stands instead of like the little mini peg versions. They just go all out and like just make the whole thing clear on like maybe like his whole side to like hold them up. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely curious to see that. I think
it's not like the Super Saiyan Trunks from the Dokkan series. You know what I'm talking about, where he's
yes,
with the sword, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like there was a little tiny plastic stand for his knee, and I don't know, it sucked. It doesn't even like fit properly, and I hope they don't do that for this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I mean, he's going to be very unproportioned with the wings on him, and not to mention like, if he's at a tilt like that, most of his weight's going to be towards the side. Like maybe the wings will balance it out or something, but very curious to see how they go about, obviously proportioning his weight as well as like supporting him to stand up, because it's a master release figure, so I do not expect to see him on like a base stand or anything like that, especially like Kaio. Because what if they do go the stand route and they give 2 stands for both of them to be on there, so you can just have it how it is like in the outro, both of them like at a tilt or something like that. I feel like that'd be a very risky gamble for them in my opinion, because I don't know if a lot of people would be okay with that, but really curious. Maybe they could. Oh, you know what they could do? They could maybe do something kind of like what they did with the Frieza pod. Instead of doing like maybe like a big chunk on the side, they do like something like a circle, like a really small like circle or something like that, and maybe have like maybe some clear stands for his wings or some shit like that aren't too like, I don't know, like distracting or like taking up too much real estate on the shelf. I don't know.
It might just be like a little mini support that's just like the one that Trunks had from the Dokkan Ichiban Kuji, like Mask Saiyan is saying, and like the Super Saiyan 3 Rose Goku Black had it for his hair. So it won't be like very obtrusive, but it is kind of annoying. They do that sometimes. Like even the Imperfect Cell, like he had that for his tail, and he absolutely needs it because his tail is so big and heavy. So
in the way it's modeled too, where it like curves.
Yeah, it goes all the way back and then it curves. Yeah, so I think that is something we should expect. It would be nice if they found a creative way not to have to do that, but I guess we'll see. But either way, I think this set is like really cool. I really like the choices they've gone with. I like the details of all of them, even the ones that have been reusing some assets. Like it's done tastefully, and it's allowing us like, look at this set. Like there's one Goku and he's super unique, and then the rest are all a different character in a way that we haven't seen them before within Ichiban Kuji, like besides Cell, like Mr. Satan, Vegeta in like casual clothes, future Gohan, base Trunks. Like a lot of people have been asking for base Trunks as a master release. So like I think this is a really great Kuji, one of the better ones that we've seen in a while. But obviously my favorite is Mr. Satan. I think my least favorite is probably Trunks within this set, but that's how I feel overall about it. How about you guys?
Saiyan, go ahead, brother.
I would say, Hercule is going to be number 1. Then the last one prize, number 2, only because I don't know how they're going to support him. If the support stands are somehow a genius way of displaying him and he doesn't look all like whack in the way, and that might be my number 1. So for now, Hercule's number 1. Last one prize, and Super Perfect Cell, Vegeta, future Gohan, and future Trunks. That's how I'm gonna see it for now.
I think my least favorite is honestly, I'd probably go with the Gohan, just because they could have did something a little bit different for him. and I think my favorite in this set is the Vegeta, just because I want to say the last one prize, but I am also waiting to see how they how they have him like posed up and everything. But I will say that the Mr. Satan pick is really nice because they even nailed like the bushiness of his arms too, which I think is a really nice attention to detail. And I'm just like, oh, that's pretty sick. Like because he's a big hairy dude, and like his arms have that like really long, like Brazilian sort of like hair look to them. So I think they really captured that really well. Yeah. And the hair sculpt obviously looks good, just like they both mentioned. But yeah, really, obviously, just because Future Gohan is my least favorite does not mean I hate the figure. I just think, based off of everything else that we have here to take from, I just feel like he's probably the weakest one. I feel like the Trunks is cool. Obviously, I know, it could have been a little bit different for you guys. Obviously, I would love to see something different too, but I'm thinking of my secret rare choices for cards here, not figures. But anyway, still solid set though. If I were to rate the set right now, before we have, before you guys have anything in hand, and I watch your videos on them, honestly, I'd give this set a solid 6 out of 7.
Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 4.5 out of 5 just based off of the reveal.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 for now. Matches, what are your thoughts on your figures of the set?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, Mr. Satan's definitely my favorite. I think everything I've said about him. I can go on and on about why I think he's like a top 5 character at Dragon Ball, and how I'm glad Bandai's finally doing some justice and giving him an Ichiban Kuji figure. I think Mr. Satan deserves more figures, but that's another conversation for another day.
The whole video.
Yeah. Second favorite in the set, like honestly, I think Future Gohan is kind of speaking to me. I've just wanted one for so long, and like I said in one of my past videos, like Future Gohan, like he doesn't really accomplish much, but he's just cool, and he sacrifices himself. So it's just a really interesting take for a future where Gohan, didn't have a peaceful life. After him, I'd probably say the Goku. After him, Vegeta, then Cell, and then Trunks. But I am excited for the whole set. I'm really interested to see how Cell is different from the new one, and how much they're different and how much they're similar. A lot of people were going like, "What if the new Cell is not as big as the old one?" I'm like, how? They're using the same freaking body. It's the same body. It's gonna be the same height, guys. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's really cool. If this is how we're starting the year off, besides the EX set, I'm really interested to see how Omnibus makes up for like maybe some other forms and related characters that couldn't make it in here. Like I still think we'll see plenty of Android and Cell Saga characters within Omnibus, and I think we might still see some more Frieza Saga stuff this year, but really excited. But that's all we have for today, guys. We'll get back together once the Super Dragon Ball Heroes 5th mission, Ichiban Kuji, comes out. We'll talk about that, give our thoughts and tier lists on that. Make sure you go subscribe to Tatted Charizard so you can see Dragon Ball Super card openings and his awesome streams. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Mask Saiyan so that you can get some other figure reviews and views on figures. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, please remember to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and of course, share this with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget that we're doing a monthly giveaway. These are our prizes that we're doing this month for the giveaway, so make sure you become a YouTube member today, hop into the Discord server, and take part in our giveaway on this date. But until the next video, guys, we will see you all. I said it wrong. We will see you all later.
Dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
You had no one.